So looking over my past videos, I realized that I have not actually done anything with the Coolfire Trainer review. I've showed it in my devices for dry fire and kind of some shorts and whatnot, but not a full ordeal reviews. So let's get started on that. When I first ordered it, it came in this box. Of course, when you open it up, I have other stuff in there. It comes in this nice little package that allows you to sort out things. That comes with some mag inserts so the slide doesn't lock back. On this one, I've added a dummy round just to add weight to the mag. Of course, your spring that you're going to use and the barrel and the laser. This is for a 1911. And then some extra stuff. There's some extra tips and some grease that goes in the CO2 part. So when you fill it up, you put some grease on the CO2 part and fill it up, and it will help just grease the internals of the cylinder. So at the end of it, I mean, when you look at it, you do your filled strip and you replace your barrel and the original spring with the Coolfire and the Coolfire barrel and the spring that comes with it. This one, well, can't show you any modifications, so I can't show you the insert, but it's pretty easy if you know how to clean, do a filled strip. All you have to do is just replace your barrel and spring with the Coolfire barrel and spring, and then put it back together. What it does is that when this is inserted and the firing pin hits here with the CO2, it will push it down and release some gas, which will push this out, which will allow the slide to come back and do a full recoil or felt recoil as if you're actually firing it. Which is a pretty cool concept. And you just unscrew the laser and fill the top part in with CO2, and you're ready to rock, and put the laser back on, you're ready to rock and roll. It's good for, if you want to do your dry fire lasering or dry fire practice, or if you want to do some, sort of close quarter combat training or whatnot. I mean, you can still use this for that as well. It allows, the firearm will be completely safe. It won't allow any kind of ammo in there. Even if there was ammo accidentally in there, it would end up jamming up because the barrel is fully blocking anything from being inserted. But in the end, it will end up looking like this. The CO2 portion is why I got the 90 grain option for the 90 grain CO2, and this is one of their original older caps for the CO2. They have a newer one that it's more square, and this comes out on the side. Actually, here we go. Here's the newer ones that they've been selling. And of course, it comes with grease, so you could just put that in there and then plug it in and fill up with CO2, and you're ready to go. Now once you have the CO2 inserted into there and you screw back the laser, well, then you're ready to rock and roll. Felt recoil. Awesome. Another good thing about the packaging is that you can put your barrel and spring in there in the meantime while you have that firearm for dry fire practice. Zip it up and all of it stays safe. So when you're ready to go use it, just open up the package, pull out your existing barrel and recoil spring, and put the Coolfire back and put this back in your firearm. So if you go to coolfiretrainer.com, you'll be able to see what barrels they have available for which guns. They also have pre-made packages, so if you want something with everything in there, you can do simple bronze packages or silver packages that has a little more detail or a little more stuff to it. And of course the gold package, which also comes with not only the extra striker tips but extra targets as well. Of course, the higher you go, the more you're going to pay, but for dry fire practice, I mean, $300-400 compared to getting another 22. It's not as fun, but at least you could do it inside your house when it's rainy, if you have an outdoor range and it's rainy. You can just practice inside. You practice in the morning. You can practice whenever you want because it's inside. But if you go to compatible brands, you can look up your firearm to see what they have. They do have a large number of barrels for different kind of products for Glock and SIG. I know they especially do. Beretta, they have some 2011, 1911, which I've also have one of those. Canic, even something like the 365. If you went to SIG, they've got the 365, so you can practice with your little carry pistol. If you want to do that, if you use that for competition, or if you just want to practice for your concealed carry one, you can do that. Glock, they have all the way down to the 43 and the 48 and the 26. I mean, they have almost all models except for the 42. Smith & Wesson, if you're an easy user, they don't have a barrel for that. They might be able to say that one of these other models one of these smaller models should be able to fit the easy, but that's more for them to say than what I could say. You can always contact them and ask. They're very responsive on their emails. Go out to the website and check out what they got to see if you got something for your gun. I mean, like 1911 is just one kind of gun, but you can also do the length of it, which apparently it's just 5 inches. But if you have a 40 or a 50 or 38 Super, I mean, you can just get the barrel so it at least fits your gun. So you can just put it in, no gunsmithing required. Swap out your barrel, swap out your spring, and you're good to go. Other options they have, if you're brand new, then you might want a CO2 fill option, and what kind of tank you want to do. They're out of the 90 filled tanks in the device, but those were the ones I did years ago. And you just build your product. I'm like, yeah, initial part is $350, and that's not including the laser. But you have your option in laser later on in the tank. So starting out, you could probably look at $400 or $500, but after a while, you can just get the barrel and the laser, which would be a lot less. Looking around at their site, they did change it from when I initially started as well. Now with the extra options that they add, it's mostly your CO2 fill option. But then after you add that to cart, you need to go pick out your laser. So if you're a red laser user or an infrared user, you can select that. And then they also have the rapid fill and the extended shot, which I do not have either one of those. Since I had the CO2 option, that little adapter that they have does not work for these. I would need to get the soda pop or the other or paintball canister option to be able to use those. So I never got those because I'm just using the CO2 cartridges. But after you pick that, you can pick your red or your invisible, depending on what your system is. And of course the thread size, which they'll tell you what thread size each barrel is. The 45 will probably be a different thread size than the 9mm. So they have a nice sizing chart. If you're getting a Glock, use a half. If you're using a CZ, you're doing a 7/18 and a Springfield Armory 7/8 and 7/18. So they have some tips for your striker and your thread sizes, so you can get the right one for your gun. So after $300+ $350 for that, and $115 for a red laser, you're looking at under $500, which is almost cost gun. But like I said, you can practice indoors anytime you want and still simulate recoil. It's cheaper and saves more time than having to drive out on a range and practice. You could just practice in the morning and have a blast. Well, that concludes this review of the Coolfire Trainer. Do I recommend them? Yeah, I do. I mean, I have one, two, four of their barrels for 4 different guns, and I've been using them for years. And it's a great product, and customer service is great. You know, I had a problem with my 1911 barrel one time, and I just sent out them like, yeah, it's just this, and you know, here's the parts. You know, you could just easily swap this out, and good to go. And they send me the parts, and good to go. I mean, they've always been very responsive, American company, you know, and so when you call up, get an American out of Oklahoma, and they're a great company. I had no problem with their stuff for a very long time, and I think that one barrel is the only one out of 4 that actually had an issue, and the rest of them just worked great. So yeah, if you want to up your dry fire practice and get some felt recoil with the gun you use for carry or competition or both, then check out Coolfire Trainer to, you know, get a barrel set up for you.